Hey cats, it's EDDBUD here, back with another running shoe bargains video for you. Hard to beat some of these wild deals at the start of July 2023. Don't delay getting there quick, let's get to it. If these videos are helping you out, people, please do hit that subscribe button. Click the bell also for notifications. It really helps us if you give this video a thumbs up, like to, and share it with your running buddies. Thanking Utah. Not Utah, like Utah. Okay, first up is the Adidas Ultraboost Lite. Over at sportshoes.com, they have this black and green ensemble, discounted down from the retail of $170 to $119. I'm talking Earth credits, people. Represents a very good saving there on a shoe with a lighter touch than your standard Ultraboost model. It seems like Adidas are now moving into that new territory, leaving Boost behind a little bit, realizing that standard Boost is very soft, it's forgiving, but sadly it is that little bit heavier than most of the modern foams. Great loads of cushion here, loads of sizes available for the cash savvy runner. Check these out in a variety of colours right now over at sportshoes.com. Next up, a favourite of mine's just up here, the Asics Metaspeed Sky Plus. Still discounted down from $225 to $158. Man, that's a good deal. This is a superb race or training shoe if you like that sort of firmer, more rebound-like ride. Flight Foam Turbo is quite its own material with a bouncy feel and some insanely good rubber traction on the underside. It's especially good when the temperatures are warming up like they are here in the UK, ready for the summer. It feels like you fixed a whole packet of Chewits to your foot. It's a bit like a tyre in terms of the grip, available on road and pavement, and dare I say it, very usable on the track too. They got a couple of different colourways of that one. Loads of sizes available as of the making of this video. That's a good like £65 off of the retail price. I found these a little more true to size than the previous version, the Metaspeed Sky. That was a little bit snug when I went true to size, but with this one, absolutely fine. I think if you've been on the fence a little bit about this shoe, now is the time to grab one. Perhaps if you're doing that 10k to a half marathon, I think it really comes into its own around about that sort of distance. Next up, a third off the price of this very odd version of the Pegasus Turbo Next Nature. Not my favourite colourway by any stretch, but with the shoe down to about £100, I think it makes for slightly better value. If you want something that's very light, that's very nimble, and it's got Zoom X in it and some glue, this one's the shoe for you. P-backs in a crushed up form with an upper seemingly made of anything lying around the factory at the time. But my opinions aside, the viewers of the channel really seem to like this shoe, so if you guys like it, then that's good enough for me. There's a certain circuit board vibe about this one. Almost looks like a PCB rather than a running shoe, but with almost all sizes available. No doubt if you like the shoe, perhaps you can pick yourself up a second pair. Over at the Adidas site now, 3 stripes. We got the Takumi Sen 9. That's been reduced further to £102, down from £170. Now, they only have 2 of the available colourways at that discounted price. It's a superb saving though for such a light and nimble shoe, with very good durability as well, at least in my experiences of the midsole and outsole combination that we had in the Sen 8. Loads of sizes available in the Pulse Mint, Lucid Fuchsia and Lucid Blue version, but also the Core Black, Night Metallic and Silver Dawn. Apparently this one appears to be a little more true to size than the previous version of the Sen. I found that to be a common thread with Adidas Race or Adizero line shoes over the last year. A little more toe box room here, which is always welcome. That should be music to many a runner's ears. That is a great deal on this shoe. It's the lowest price that I've seen it so far. It hasn't quite dropped under £100, but you're almost there. They've even been releasing new colourways of this one in the last couple of months, and they're like £170. So to pick it up for about 100 and 70 quid off, you can't moan. Ideal if you want to do some speed training or some shorter distance racing. Although some people even wear it for the marathon, so there you go. Oddly though, the green and black version of the Sen 8 is actually more on the Adidas website. They've still got that up for 118 quid. Seems a bit weird to me to have the previous version still at a higher price, but I don't know. These companies move in mysterious ways. Start Fitness have got a 20% off deal for you. The EDDBUD running shoe reviews favourite, the Puma Deviate Nitro Elite 2. They got 2 different colourways there on discount right now of this fantastic shoe. That launch green and blue version along with this half white, half black version that was recently released. This one's down from 175 to 140. I think that's a pretty reasonable saving for such a great versatile shoe. It's a small saving, but a saving nonetheless, for a shoe that I haven't seen discounted so far. Lots of sizes available here. I do urge you to go true to size on this one. No need to size up or down if you want to pick up the most versatile of the super shoes in 2023. One from the fringes here, 115 Earth credits. It's the super cushion of the Floatride Energy X. This one's available over at Start Fitness. An often overlooked shoe, this has a part-plated construction, with the majority of the foam being Reebok's Floatride Energy formula. That's a very soft and very compressive foam. Very light and airy too. I really enjoy it in pretty much any shoe they've used it in. The forefoot has a Pegasus based puck under the ball of your foot to give you a little bit more response and push. This one really is the Volvo estate of running shoes. It's nice and cushioned, nice and comfortable, a steady cruiser, where you're going to be doing those sort of longer, steady pace miles, and comfort really is required. I absolutely love the profile of this shoe, maybe because I was a child that grew up in the 80s. Give me some sugar cereal on Transformers in the morning while I'm watching Roland Rat. I'm like a pig in mud. Either way, again, a smaller saver, but a shoe that could fit those longer, slower runs, leaving the legs feeling nice and fresh due to the impact protection that Floatride Energy foam is going to provide. Outsole durability was also really decent on the Floatride Energy X, and there was a really decent upper on that one, nice and fitting, nice and controlled. Really good deal from Start Fitness on this one. Nike have got the running shoe equivalent to Mum Ra, the ever-living, the Vomero 16. Still going with new colourways each month, though the white with either red elements or blue elements is now discounted on their website, close to a third off, so it's around about £100. This simply is the best Nike daily running shoe. If you're not into React, or you don't want that sort of slightly firmer feel you get in the Pegasus, then the Vomero 16 is the way to go. Hands down, this is the best implementation of Zoom X in a Nike shoe outside of their race options. It's a shoe that should be championed way more than it is. Vomero 16 is durable, well-fitting, has a host of cushion for longer runs or easy daily efforts. There's some great traction on offer as well on the underside of the shoe. Perhaps if that Pegasus 40 React just isn't working out for you, then go for the SR02 and Zoom X implementation here. It's just a nice plush cruiser really. The Vomero 16 over at the Nike website right now. Sort of mega deal of the month, this one, but sadly only in the smaller sizes. So perhaps if you're a lady, you're a chap with a very small foot, perhaps you're a very young runner and you've got a few quid to spend, then this is the one for you. The Primex Strung over at sportshoes.com in this red version. It's down from 230 to 161. So that's like a 70 quid saving, and this is one of the best running shoes I've ever worn. It's fun, it's exciting, it's a bit out there. It's got that strung upper, which I think you're going to see more of in Adidas shoes in the next 12 months. I love my pair at 130 miles. They still feel just as good as they did out the box. Maybe in fact even better than when I first took them out. The red version of the strung upper looks superb in my opinion. I have to say this variation of the shoe is a big update on the original. Just feels far more stable in my opinion. I think it is down to that upper. You could perhaps afford to go down a half size, but I think for most people you're probably okay going true to size. So if you do want a little bit more room, perhaps if you're doing those longer runs where your feet start to swell, although going down a half size could make the shoe very slightly lighter. It might just be a few grams, but hey, it all makes a difference, apparently. Okay, that's all the running shoe deals for this episode. If I've missed any out, perhaps I've overlooked them, please help the runners out with some comments down here. Perhaps you've been perusing the shelves and you just spotted something really, really good. Let us know. Everybody's trying to save some cash right now. Very quick musical interlude for you. Randomly came onto the phone earlier while I was driving was the fantastic album by Steve Maltmus and the Jicks, Wig Out at Jagbags. What a brilliant album. I can't believe it's like 9 years old. It seemed like it came out yesterday. Tracks to check out are the mysterious The Janitor Revealed. Some twisty sort of windy chord changes here. It's got an element of surprise where you think your dog is over there but he's actually right behind you. That type of thing. J Smooth has got the Sunday afternoon vibes down to a T. There's synths that sound like they're just sort of bobbing up and down on top of the drums, and a really sleepy brass solo later on. There's a lot of people out there, and I say to them, go and check out Stephen Maltmus' music. You've been missing out. And they're like, who? I've never heard of this person. Who is this? And then I tried to tell them that he's the guy that was previously in Pavement, but then I realised that he's sort of been on his own longer than he's been in Pavement, so they're probably not going to know who I'm talking about. Anyway, go and check this one out. Wig Out at Jagbags by Steve Maltmus and the Jicks. Okay. Thank you for tuning in, people. It is always appreciated. Also, thank you to those members that keep the channel rolling along nicely. If you want to help us out on a more sort of ad hoc basis, you can drop us a super thanks down here. Hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up like. My name's EDDBUD, and I'll be seeing you